You know, one of the coolest parts of riding a motorcycle, one of the coolest things about being a part of the motorcycling community is the camaraderie that you have with other motorcyclists, the bond that you have with other motorcyclists, the brotherhood, the sisterhood that you have with other riders out here, and other riders even on the internet. I mean, as you post things up online, when people are commenting and telling you to ride safe, and you certainly see it when you're out here riding, in terms of giving love to other riders. You know, I mean, there's, you know, another rider, regardless of what they're riding, whether it's a sport bike, a Harley, a BMW, whatever it may be, you know, more often than not, you know, 90% of the time, they're going to give you the wave. You know, they're going to reach their hand down and give you the wave. Or reach their hand out, or go up like this, or even just kind of lift their head up and just go, hey, what's up? You know, 90% of the time. Now, the 10% of the time that doesn't happen, I mean, doesn't even necessarily mean that they're being dicks. You know, sometimes, you know, it's just not safe to take your hand off of the left side of your handlebar. You know, because you're shifting, you're in the middle of a shift, or you're about to shift, or whatever, and so it's hard to give somebody a wave in those cases. Or maybe you just didn't see the person. You know, you didn't see the dude or the girl coming by you, and you know, they give you a wave, and you're like, ah, shoot, man, I just missed him. And you know, you try and give him a wave back, and it's too late, or you don't even, and you're just like, ah, well. So I mean, sometimes, you know, you can't always. But, I mean, then there are times where people are just, for whatever reason, don't want to wave back, and, you know, they're lost in thought, or they just choose not to. They're just like, you know, I just don't want to wave back, or I don't feel good today, or whatever it may be. I mean, that's all right. I mean, I don't get hurt if somebody doesn't wave back. I really don't. I mean, some people wave back, some people don't. The scooter riders usually don't wave back. It's funny because scooter riders aren't used to being the recipient of some love. I mean, I feel bad for scooter riders, because scooter riders are like, you know, the redheaded stepchild of the two-wheeled world. You know, they kind of look down. You know, they don't look in the eyes of other motorcycle riders, you know, and I think they find motorcyclists intimidating. At least that's been my experience. And, you know, I feel bad for scooter riders. But I give scooter riders love all the time. You know, every time I see a scooter rider, I give them love, because I think that they're just like a motorcycle rider in a lot of ways. They're out here, they are taking a risk, they are feeling that sense of freedom, and maybe it's not on a powerful bike, but it's you know, you got to give them props, though. I think you got to give scooter rider props, and I don't have anything against any riders for that matter. You know, it doesn't matter what you're riding, whether it's a 2- or 3-wheeled vehicle. I give people love all the time. But I think that, you know, sometimes people take things the wrong way. I think that sometimes people think that there's this rivalry between motorcycle riders, or between brands, that is so serious that you know, that people take it so serious that they are mean to one another. Now, I think that, of course, there are just some assholes out there. There's just some people who are just mean people who may be like that, who may, you know, if there's for us cruiser riders, I mean, sometimes Harley riders get a bad rap that they're all like, they look down on us metric riders, maybe some of them do, but I mean, I think more often than not, way more often than not, there's a camaraderie that's out here. Oh, look, you got a sidecar. Nice. I think that more often than not, there's a brotherhood, a sisterhood that's out here, and it doesn't matter what kind of bike you ride or what kind of even gear you wear. I mean, I feel bad for squid riders. Squids, aka those who don't wear any gear. I feel bad for squids in that they get attacked a lot from those who are the gear wearing riders. People say at get, all the gear all the time or whatever, but for the gear wearing riders like me, sometimes gear wearing riders tend to come off a little hostile almost to squids, because they're like, man, are you stupid? How you gonna not wear any gear, da 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 da. I don't do that. I don't ever attack a squid for not wearing gear. I mean, if they don't want to wear gear, they don't have to wear gear. I mean, that's part of the freedom of riding a motorcycle. I don't get it. For me personally, I've got to wear gear. But I think that sometimes squids feel like they're being attacked, by gear wearing riders, and I think some of that is just done. I don't think some of it is truly malicious. I think the squids kind of take it the wrong way sometimes, because let me tell you, if I was riding out here and I saw a dude or a chick go down on a bike, I don't care what they're wearing, I don't care what kind of bike they're wearing, you better believe I'm going to stop and render aid. It doesn't matter, because we're all out here, looking out for one another, and I think our hearts go out to other riders, if we see someone go down. Now, if there's a bike already down and there's an ambulance there, people are already stopped and giving him or her help, I may or may not stop in that case, because it's already taken care of. But if I see somebody go down, if I actually see somebody go down, it doesn't matter what kind of bike they're riding. It doesn't matter what kind of gear they're wearing or not. It doesn't matter if they're wearing a helmet or not. You better believe, that I'm going to be there right by their side and make sure that they're okay, help pick them up, tell them to sit down and wait for help, help move their bike out of the way if possible, whatever needs to be done, I'm going to do that, because we're all in this game together. We have to watch each other's backs. And I think that most riders are like that. Even all of the competition, I guess you can say, there's kind of like this competitiveness between different bikes, and that's okay. I think, for the most part, all that's done with good nature. It's done in good spirits, and people aren't really trying to attack you for the kind of bike that you ride. They're just giving you hell for whatever, just standing up for their bikes and standing up for their brand. The Hondas are better than Yamahas or whatever. It's just friendly competition, and there's nothing wrong with to me. There's nothing wrong with some friendly competition. Kind of keeps it exciting too. Kind of keeps things lively as well. So, especially for new riders out there, don't be intimidated by this misconception that bikers are only out for themselves. See, look, he gave me some love right there. And that that they're only out for their own brand, and there's this meanness between different riders. I don't believe it. I think that 9 times out of 10, probably 99 times out of 100, riders have each other's back, and riders are there for one another, and riders respect one another. There's a respect that you have for other riders because you are out here all taking a risk, all taking, calculated steps to avoid any issues, and all just enjoying the experience of riding a motorcycle. Really is just, it's really something that only another rider can empathize with. So with that, make sure to ride safe, ride with care, and ride with confidence. Head up 100%. This is SoopaBee. I ride all year long. And when I say all year long, I do ride all year long, but I'm not hardcore and riding in the snow. There's Lori Jennifer. Woo! That girl is badass, I have to say, because she rides her bike all year long, even in the winter snow. Hardcore, man.